Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another Bulletmarv video. So this is episode 2 of what am I playing at? So as mentioned, this is a vlog type video where I talk about games that I'm playing on, and then bring up like just a topic at the end, just some general discussion as well, which didn't really kick off on my first video. So whether it won YouTube video, people watching, stuff like that, because I only got 16 views on that last video. That's some views. I've been going down quite a lot recently, but oh well, that's not important. Let's go on about what I'm been playing on. So, been busy with work anyway recently, so I don't really play on as many games as would like. But I dive into a game for a week and then leave it, sort of thing. So I've got a few games that I've been diving into. First for the Sega Saturn, a game that I've had for quite a long time. I do like this game. I just thought I'd go through it again. Play through it again because I kind of stopped playing it for a while, but I don't know why. I think I was distracted with something else happening when I was living abroad, so I didn't really get that far into it. I haven't really played it since I got back from England, but I thought I'll get back into it, and that is Shining Wisdom on the Sega Saturn. So a beautiful complete inbox game. So this game, it kind of plays a lot like Legend of Zelda. So it's kind of an adventure RPG minus the like leveling up mechanics. But you know, you play as like an adventurer, and you've got a certain princess more or less. That's it. Basic story over and done with. But the gameplay style is very reminiscent to Legend of Zelda. It's got this beautiful, like, I would say like 2.5D sort of style in the way that it is, and the way that it's animated is very cartoony, which is pretty nice on it. The game is very enjoyable, and you know, being able to get like different weapons, use different magic spells, and various stuff like that. It plays actually a lot like Alundra as well on the PlayStation, if you've never played that. But it's one game that's worth getting, and it is going up in price, but it's still at a reasonable price where it's a sought after game, and you can get it for a good price. So it is worth getting on the Sega Saturn, and it plays so well. And I mean, unfortunately I'm not running my Sega Saturn through RGB, so I'm running it through composite at the moment. Composite even. So the picture quality isn't the best, but it still looks good. I would love to see what it's like in RGB SCAR, which I can natively run because I live in England. So, live in the UK. The next game that I've been playing on, just for a bit of shits and gigs more or less, is Judge Dredd on the Mega Drive. Beautiful, beautiful game. Not really special with this really. It's loosely based on the movie, and it's an action platformer, but it's a very European style way of how it plays and how it sounds. It's very European in that respect. It's not like Americanized. So the graphics do seem a bit dark, and it's sort of maze-like in the areas that you play in. But the main thing is like that you have to do. You've got a set objective. So for example, the first level is destroy all the ammo crates and weapon caches more or less. And then you can arrest people by either getting up to them, punching them real close when you close them, or you just kill them. It is better if you arrest them, you do get a better score for that. Remember, you are Judge Dredd, you are judge, jury, and execution. Very worthwhile game actually. I remember getting this back when, actually no, I remember playing it. I only got this spot recently at the video game market in Doncaster. But I remember playing it when I was younger. I was in my neighbour's house and I loved it. I thought it was amazing. The graphics were really well, and I love this. I love the European style of game development. So it looked really. It still looks good now, and I mean the screenshots, I do oversell it, but the screenshots are very oversaturated in the way that they are. So nice little game there. The next game that I've been playing on is a classic fully Master System. Also came out on the Mega Drive as well, but I've been playing on the Master System version, and that is Alien Storm. And I picked this up like last week from, well not last week, yeah last week, from the old Vicarage in Wakefield, which has a place called Nirvana in there, Nirvana. I thought I'd pick it up. So the game is like a 2D style beat 'em up, and then middle of stages you go into like the first person mode, where then you have to shoot certain enemies. Unfortunately, it's not compatible with the light phaser. I thought that might have been a nice little thing there if it was compatible with the Sega light phaser for the first person part, and then you just switch back to your control on the thing. That would have been a better implementation of it. But overall, graphics are good for the Master System. It's an enjoyable game. It's, again, Master System games are great for like pick up, play for like 30-40 minutes, then just turn it off and then do something else. And the last game I've been playing on is more modern than them, a lot more modern, and it's another Sega game, but it's on the PS2, and that is Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast. So I've been loving this game. So it's Outrun. You know Outrun is a racing game. You can go various directions, but this they've flashed it out with more like, you know, you've got objectives to make in it as well, and you can buy cars, you get points for how many miles you've done in the game, and then you can buy different cars and different music as well, and the music is just amazing on this. I mean, graphically the game looks really, really good, and it plays really well. You feel like a badass when you're power sliding in this game. All the cars though are Ferraris, because it is kind of licensed by them as well. As I believe the original, I think the original arcade was as well, was actually a Ferrari arcade, and arcade like seat and steering wheel and stuff like that as well. Sega seems to have a deal with Ferrari, I think, like that stuff, so one point in time. But yeah, you do like power slides to impress ladies, you've got other various stuff like, ooh, I need to get the I need to, you know, run over so many ghosts, or I need to run into so many people, or I need to avoid crashing, stuff like that. I very enjoyable. And then it goes really real in some stages as well, like don't get abducted by aliens and avoid the meteors and stuff like that. It's very much a lot of fun. I am having a lot of fun playing this. And I mean, I love the fact that you can get the old soundtracks from like the original arcades and the Mega Drive games and stuff. You just get them, buy them in the game with like the miles that I know what I'm doing with mine. I'd care about gaming with like their music. It is a great game for music. If I could get a soundtrack of this game, I would. But yeah. So those are the games that I've been playing on. So I'm not really been playing on many. There is another one as well, which I started playing on last night, and that was the Doom multiplayer beta. It's not special. It runs okay actually for a beta, but then again you can't get into the options, change any of the settings. The game looks well and plays well. It's very old school in the way that it plays on the deathmatch as well. And it's weird because if I play like a game, like a shooting game online, I'm playing something like Killing Floor 2 or maybe even Call of Duty, where I'm always wanting like to zoom in, like scope people. That you can scope in, but you just don't do it. You just pray and spray, or just carry around a rocket launcher, stuff like that. So it's very old school in that respect. I can't wait to play the single player when that's released, and I can't wait to play more of the multiplayer as well, since it was limited to only a few modes. But yeah, those are the games that I've been playing on. So I've been doing a lot of thinking about the used game market recently, and how people, like, you know, view, or how companies view the used game market and stuff like that. I know from personal experience that game, like, if I go into game, they'll always try pushing a second-hand version of a game on me. Luckily, I don't really go to game that much, and they even do it for consoles as well. And I remember a few years back when I was in the Netherlands, I was talking to her. One of my mates bought, I think it was like Assassin's Creed or something like that, and I think it might have been Assassin's Creed Brotherhood or something like that. And it had a thing for Uplay so you could play online. And it was annoyed that I couldn't play online, but I bought it new, so I could. He bought it second hand, he couldn't, because someone had already used that code. And he was like, oh, I spent money on this, I should be able to get that. And I went, well, no, you shouldn't. You have not paid to play online. That extra that I'm paying buying it new to get that license key, that is me paying for my place on the servers. And I've used that. And the reason why people get rid of games is because they're not playing on them much. So it doesn't matter if you know, you think, oh, you should get that server place as well, because really you shouldn't, because wasn't being used in the first place. That's one person got rid of it, but they activated it anyway, so they have to pay more. But I'm a big believer in, you haven't paid for the full game, you don't get the full game. You get a single player campaign, you might get a few extras, but if you do want to, you know, play online, which by the way they use servers, which is technically which is kind of a service, you have no right to complain about that, in my opinion. I'm very against getting a lot of people like, oh well, I should get everything on like some of the get it 'cause I've bought it, but you haven't. The publisher's not getting any money out of that. If you buy a new game, like let's say from game, the publisher is getting the majority of the money. In theory, despite the pre-orders and stuff like that, game don't make much. Well, let's say game in the UK don't make much money out of the new video game market. Most of their money comes from pre-owned games, because they get 100% of that profit back pretty much. They only give you maybe about like 5% on that when you trade in a game, and then they'll mark it up on top of that. So that's my opinion on it anyway. I know it's a bit controversial, but let me know what your opinions are. What are your opinions on used games? Do you believe that, you know, if you bought a used game, should you get the full game? And let me know your reasons why. I'm not going to like criticise you or anything like that. Just let me know what your reasons are in it. I mean, obviously I'm a retro game performer, so I don't really buy a lot of new games, and all the new games that I really buy now might be, well, all the odd ones on the PS3 and the Xbox 360, but now all the new games are bought on Steam, so I can't get second-hand ones anyway, but I get them at such a big discount. It don't really matter. But anyway, let me know your opinions. I want to know your opinions on it. Do you believe that you should get them out, or are you okay with, you know, not getting multiplayer in some games, and you know, maybe getting content locked away because of it? And multiplayer content, by the way, I'm not thinking about, you know, if you bought Mass Effect 3 second hand, you don't get the Promethean character which you got with the codes and stuff like that. Which one added extra that is just wrong. But anyway, another story that. So yeah, I've been Bulletmarv. If you like my video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. Feel free to leave a comment in the section below. But as I say at the end of every video, keep on gaming.